Hello students of class 6, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. This video is for class 6 life science and the chapter that I will going to continue is the health and hygiene. This video is part 7. In the previous video we learned about the infections, how the infections can be spread. First we learned about the infection can be spread by the droplet or by the air. Then we learned about the food and water, and then we learned about the infection by the direct contact. In this video we are going to learn about in detail by the insects or other animals how the diseases can be spread. So we will we are going to know that how the diseases can be spread, what are the vectors, how the vectors can be worked. Vectors are mainly the insects and animals that carry the pathogens. Okay, they are vectors. So we are going to learn about the vectors, how they can carry and what are the diseases can be spread by them with a chart. So let's check.
Now we are going to learn about the diseases that are transmitted by the insects or other animals are called vectors. So, heaps of the waste or the stagnant water serve as breeding grounds for insect and the flies. That a picture of a mosquito you can see. These microbes get attached with these insects when they visit a source of infection. When those insects feed on exposed food items or open wounds of a person's skin or bite them, they transfer the germs and thus the infection. Animals such as rats, pigs, dogs, ticks, and mice are also the transfer microbes from infected person to a healthy person. These infections are and animals that carry disease causing germs are called vectors. These insects and the animals are called vectors. So here you can see that the primary transmission cycle, here the vector is present and here the vector is present. Here the natural host is present. From the vector it is going for the natural host, and also one vector and then the natural host. It is a circular way going on, and this vector can harm to a person also and also some animals and vice versa. And these thing, if the person is infected and when the vector is taking the blood or of this infected person and go for any animal, then the diseases can also happen to them sometimes and vice versa. Okay, this is also one picture. Here you can see that some diseases of the human that can be happen, which are came from the livestock, some from the wildlife too. That is only from the wildlife the diseases can happen. These are Lyme diseases, monkeypox, the hantavirus, the Ebola, SARS, etc. And for only these diseases are also happening in the human body too. Now the diseases of the livestock as well as humans, the bovine diseases, the Escherichia coli, the chicken pox, the Rift Valley fever, etc. And there are some diseases that can be happen for all. These are rabies, West Nile virus, tuberculosis, anthrax, childrenemia, plague, salmonellosis, avian influenza, etc. So here you can see the diseases can be transmitted from the wildlife to the people, humans, and from the livestock to the humans also. Okay, they are related and can be spread and vice versa. Now we are going to learn about the diseases or some common vector-borne diseases which can affect and with their symptoms. So the first one is malaria. The pathogen is Plasmodium vivax. It is a protozoa. The vector is called female Anopheles mosquito, and the effect and symptoms are the pediatric fever and chills, red blood cells, count drops, etc. The second is dengue. The DENV viruses. The Aedes mosquito is a vector, and the effect and the symptoms are high fever, hemorrhage, drop in platelet counts, etc. The next one is the yellow fever. It is the pathogen is called the yellow fever virus. The vector is Aedes mosquito, and the effects and the symptoms are fever, jaundice, vomiting, etc. The next is amoeboid dysentery. The pathogen is called Enteramoeba. It is actually a protozoa. The vector is house flies, and the effects and the symptoms are abdominal pain, severe diarrhea, blood and mucus in feces, etc. The next disease is sleeping sickness. The pathogen is a protozoa. It is trypanozoa, and the vector called tasty fly. The effects and the symptoms are fever, rash, fatigue. It can also affect the limbs as well, limbs and the nervous systems as well. The mental deterioration can be seen. The increased sleep can be a common symptom of it. The next disease is filariasis. The pathogen for it is Wuchereria bancrofti. It is actually the ringworm, and the vector is Culex mosquito. By it can be transmitted, and the effects or symptoms are the thickening of the skin and swelling of the arm, leg, genitalia due to the retention of the fluid of the tissues. The next is plague. Here, plague, the pathogen is Yersinia pestis. It is a bacteria, and the vector is rat flea, and the effects and the symptoms are swollen painful lymph nodes in groins and neck or armpit area, sudden fever and chill, and the headaches are very common symptoms. And the next and the final disease is rabies. That is very common disease. It is also called the hydrophobia. That means the people who are infected by it have the phobia from the water. Okay. The pathogen is rhabdovirus, and the vector is saliva of infected animals like dogs, mainly by the dogs. The effects and the symptoms are the attacks of the nervous system. The nervous system breakdown is a very common problem in the rabies. It leads to the mental depression, convulsion, as well as spasm, and finally the paralysis. Sometimes the rabies can also go for death also. The final result of it can be death also. So this is all about the vector-borne diseases and their effects and their symptoms. Jot down together.
Students, I think you understood about the vector-borne diseases. In the next video, we are going to learn about how to control the contamination of the diseases and how to control and prevent of the communicable diseases. Till then, thank you.